What's happening, everybody? And this is Danielle with Murder and Coffee, where I just randomly talk about some random bullshit, and y'all listen to me ramble. It works out great, really. My coffee. I don't have a special cup today. I just opted for this one. Let's see here. We're kicking off Cult Tuesday today with the Sullivanians. You may not have heard of them. Don't worry, I hadn't either. Trust me. So, on the night of July 29th, 1985, members of a mysterious group called the Sullivan Institute broke into and terrorized an apartment at 100th and Broadway. Dressed in dark colors and stocking caps, some beat the tenants with sticks, while others slid open mattresses and smashed the sink, toilet, and TV. This was a revenge attack due to the tenants spilling paint on their walls. So, the group was began by Saul B. Newton, who was a veteran of the Spanish Civil War, and his wife, Dr. Jane Pierce, who was a Marxist with no formal training as a therapist. Saul was the chimerical leader. The Sullivan Research Institute was part therapy center and part polyamorous commune. Yeah. So pretty much no monogamy. It's frowned upon. So, Pierce and Newton divorced in the 1970s, and Saul remarried Joan Harvey, who was a soap opera actor and aspiring stage director. At this time, the group's numbers were in the 500s. So, triple digits, people. Like, right there. So, Saul sought to create an alternative to traditional nuclear families, which he believed was the root cause of social anxiety. Really? Harvey introduced Saul's group to the politically progressive theater group called The Fourth Wall in 1978. 1978, the troupe signed a lease at the Truck and Warehouse Theater in the East Village. 3 people were arrested when they took the space over and destroyed their sets. They had a fleet of school buses and motorcycles. Therapists tried to control romantic relationships and whether or not they could have children. Saul began to become violent, and that was due to him showing signs of dementia. It was onset dementia. He used imitation to get his way. Parents were only allowed to see their children for an hour or 2 a day. Okay, first off, this is already a pain in the ass for me. I work, I do a podcast. You know, my daughter's doing her homework. She's at school. We literally, I think altogether, my kids and I, we get 2, maybe 3 hours before they're in bed. And that's a nightmare and a half. I dislike it. So all of the therapists were self-trained and advised members to sever contact with their family and friends. Monogamy was frowned upon, as we already discussed. Members were encouraged to schedule sexual dates. Seriously? Sexual dates? What are they, all married? With children? That's the only time you need to ever, like, pencil someone in for that shit. Gives me a good idea, though. Just kidding. Children born into the cult were sent to boarding school or cared for by a caregiver. By the 1970s, the Sullivanians' utopian vision was becoming more of a dystopia. The group fled to Florida believing that Manhattan would be destroyed in the wake of a partial nuclear meltdown at 3 Mile Island in Pennsylvania. The group was officially founded in 1957. New York's Upper West Side was their fucking stomping grounds and playgrounds, everybody. They fucking owned that shit. This cult was not as notorious as the others, though. Saul took pieces of psychotherapy teachings from Marxism and communism and his idea of polygamy to form the whole group. Members were assigned partners, and they lived segregated by gender. During therapy sessions, Helen Fogarty encouraged members to have sex with Saul. I'm assuming the female members. But, I'm not going to assume anything. It's 2019. So, members' finances were tightly controlled and collected for the cult and the cult alone. Even though they were encouraged to cut off all ties to family and friends outside of the cult, they were encouraged to call and ask them for money for the group. Moms were presented as the root of all mental trauma. So pretty much, nope, not even going there. They had a total of 3 buildings next to each other for the group to live in. Children were encouraged to have play dates, but strictly play dates, from what I've read. Kind of like how the members were encouraged to have sex dates. Many names for the cult are as follows: the group, Fourth Wall, and Sullivanians. Called a love cult, members were expected to sleep with different people at least 5 nights out of the 7. Okay, first off, your poo nanny has to hurt after that. Like, come on. The group was abusive and controlling. Okay, so what I'm grasping from this is the whole reason anyone knows about this cult to begin with is members were starting to speak out in the late 80s, and they're still doing so today. New York Times posted articles galore about custody trials, messy divorces within the cult, things like that. And then there was also an educational book that was published, which I am actually going to go look for this week. I think it would be dope to read. But it's pretty much, if you think about it, it's the era of the 1960s. Free love, peace, all that. But not really. So, it got to the point where Saul was paranoid, is, I guess, what I'm trying to get at here. He was super paranoid. That's why parents weren't allowed to see their children except for that short amount of time. And that was daily. And if he thought your connection was too strong to your child, you had to pay a $10,000 fine to him. To the group. Which is insane. $10,000 for you being a loving fucking parent. Go figure. Jesus Christ. Some fucking people, I swear. Oh, right. So, I got some shout outs today, everybody. Hi, Mary. Um, so I've been listening to a lot of new podcasts on Spotify. So I had to pull up Spotify. See, my Spotify. See here. I've been listening to True Crime Guys as well as My Favorite Murder, Wine and Crime. Oh my god, those bitches are funny. Jensen and Holes is a good one. Serial Killers, if you haven't checked it out, oh my god, you'll love it. True Crime Historian, True Crime Uncensored is actually pretty dope. It took me a bit to get into it, but I actually enjoyed it. Let's see here. Hostage, Small Town Murder. Ooh, True Crime Garage. That one's a good one. Also, check out Cults. That one's really good also. Here, I got all kinds of new ones. Hold on. True Crime Squad, Housewives of True Crime, and Moms and Murder. If y'all have any suggestions, anything like that, go ahead, drop them down below. Message me on Facebook, post it on the Facebook wall. And yeah, I think we're doing good over here. And a nice little tight-knit group. And I'm down for it. Let's see here. I'm going to watch Don't Fuck with Cats on Friday. That's simple. I've also had people telling me that I should check out Netflix original You with the dude from Gossip Girl. I'm assuming that's who it is. It looks like the guy from Gossip Girl. Dan Humphries. Humphrey. Is that it? I don't know. I stopped watching Gossip Girl a while ago. What else? That is all I've got for today. The episode out on Friday is going to be longer than this one, I promise you. I'm trying to find a happy middle here. But yeah. Keep drinking your coffee, everybody. Remember, comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell for the notifications. Follow me on Facebook at Murder and Coffee. Yeah. Remember, don't trust people you meet on the street. They seem nice. They may be a killer. They may be a cult leader. Or you may just get sucked into human trafficking. Who knows? Don't trust people that you don't already know. Y'all have a great night, day, morning, whatever it is, weekend. I'm exhausted, and I think I may go lay down now. Mwah!